Speaking of things that we don't know are going to happen, sometimes some of these things are things that we definitely regret that happened, and there's nothing we can do about it. Mike, thank you for joining us here tonight. For those of you that are unaware of this, there was an unfortunate incident that happened in Bloomington a few weeks ago where one of our wrestlers struck a fan. Now, you were a wrestler, you're not a wrestler anymore. This is just Mike Kinney here, ladies and gentlemen. This is not Cowboy Kid Mcgraw, so I'm talking to Mike Kinney. And I'm very sorry about everything that transpired a couple weeks ago. I want to thank you for accepting our formal invitation to be here. I know you're a huge ECW fan, so I knew that kind of would get you here a little bit. But seriously, man, I'm very sorry about what happened. And on behalf of the staff and our fans, we want to say sorry about what happened and transpired.
No thanks.
Well, it's been a long time, almost 20 years since I've been in a ring. This is kind of cool, guys.
Yeah! One more match! 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 One more match!
I always have. And I still got my boots, so you just never know, right?
Never say never.
Let's talk about why we're all here tonight. I know why I'm here, and it's 3 letters. EC Dub.
EC Dub. EC Dub. EC Dub. EC Dub. EC Dub. EC Dub. EC
Dub. I'll tell you a quick story about how I came across ECW back in 1996. I grew up right outside of Austin, Minnesota. You ever heard of it before?
Yeah! Yeah!
There we go.
Hormel smells like shit.
It does. He's not lying. It does.
Just want to let you know.
I grew up out in the country.
No lies
detected. We didn't have cable TV. We had something that was called Prime Star. And if you're old enough to remember Prime Star, it was one of the very first early editions of a satellite dish. Now on this satellite dish in the middle of the night, I was a kid and I was probably staying up way too late. Yay. And I came across a channel from New York called Empire Network. Anybody ever heard of that one? At 1 o'clock in the morning, my teenage self was sitting up watching TV, and I had seen in the wrestling magazines this renegade company from Philadelphia, and it piqued my interest. And in the middle of the night, I turned on this violence that was Perry Saturn.
Yeah!
John Cronus, those guys were the Eliminators, and if you've never seen the Eliminators, I invite you to find some of their matches online. Their finish was insane. Total elimination was insane. Yeah. They were wrestling 2 guys, New Jack and Mustafa, the gangsters.
Yeah! EC Dub! EC Dub! EC Dub!
And on that night, I sat there and I watched that and I thought to myself, I've always wanted to be a pro wrestler, and I was beginning to break into the business, but watching ECW, I knew what kind of wrestler I wanted to be. So for the years to follow, I bled buckets all over the upper Midwest, trying to chase my dream of being a professional wrestler. And because of folks like you, I got to do that for 10 fantastic years.
Yeah!
And I thank you for that. I got to travel the world on somebody else's dime for 10 years to live out my boyhood dream.
Hell yeah.
It came to an end eventually, as good things do. But ECW still is in my heart today, and I know it's in yours. And so let's give them one more chant, all right? Let them know we really love them. Let's hear that ECW chant.
EC Dub! EC Dub! EC Dub! EC Dub! EC Dub! EC Dub! EC Dub!
I accept your apology, Brian. I'm glad to be here. I can finally be a fan again. I appreciate it.
Uh-oh.
Security!
Uh-oh.
You know what? You've been dodging me and ducking me for the last month. What happened in Bloomington, you know this is incredibly unprofessional. And I know I haven't been in the ring in a long time, but I can still kick your ass, Aaron.
Oh!
I want you to come right here. And I want you to tell me exactly why you think you can put hands on me as a fan tough guy.
He has no neck. He doesn't have a neck.
All right. Look at my eye. I'm keeping my eye. Yeah.
You guys think I should apologize?
Yeah! But you're not gonna.
Brian, you think I should apologize? There ain't no freaking way I'm apologizing to that guy.
Oh, no.
You guys keep booing me, one of you will be the second fan I attack. So
Bring it on! Oh!
let me give everybody a little history lesson here really quick. Me and Mike started backyard wrestling together before we were ever trained. And the first independent wrestling show you went to, I was at too. 3 days later, we went to wrestling camp. 3 days after that, we paid our tuition. We started camp and we trained together. And for 10 years, we were on a lot of shows. 10 years, we did everything together. But one of us was a man enough to keep wrestling, and one of us decided to go play husband and dad.
So you're mad about that? You're mad about that?
And you should be a little
Of
more
all
proud
things?
of it, but I've seen your kids. They aren't kids you should be proud of, bitch.
Oh! Shit. Uh-oh.
Hit him, Cowboy.
You had everything in the palm of your hand. You were a terrible, terrible in-ring performer, but you might be the best marketer I've ever seen. This guy right here went on tour with the Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah!
ICP. ICP.
ICP, something you should never chant at a wrestling show, dummy. And then you left. You left to go play family. You left to go play dad, and you didn't do very well at that either.
Hit him!
And when that didn't work out, you freaking glory hog, you decided to do a TED Talk. And good for you, 1.5 million views TED Talk.
Yeah.
And then that wasn't enough, so you had to come back to my world, back to a place that you have nothing to do with anymore. I don't want you, these people don't want you around wrestling.
Oh!
I'll talk all I want with the mic in my hand, stupid. My
Cut the
only
mic.
goal in life, Mike, is to kill Mike because I want Gator back. I want Cowboy Gator Mcgraw. I want the dude who wasn't standing here looking like he's 55 years old and out of shape. I want the Gator that used to do hardcore matches. I want the Gator who looked up to guys like Taz and Sabu.
Oh.
I want the Gator who was a fan of the Dudley Boys. I want the Gator that reminded me of New Jack, not this middle-aged piece of trash standing in front of me right now.
Uh-oh, uh-oh.
Give me Gator, Mike. Flip that switch like you said in your TED Talk. Turn yourself up. Turn yourself up. Give me Gator.
Yeah!
I said give me Gator.
Uh-oh.
Give me Gator. Give him to me.
Oh! Yeah! Holy cow! It's okay, it's okay.
Somebody gotta get hurt.
Oh!
Come on, Gator!
Give the Gator!
He deserves Gator. He's yelling like Steve. Get him out of here.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here. I got one thing left for you, Aaron. You had one thing right. It's been a long time since I've been in a ring. But I think that you think but I've somehow forgotten how to fight. And that ain't the case, my friend. What you want is for Gator to come back. But you've forgotten. If that happens, there's going to be a chant. And it goes a little something like this. You might remember it. Gator's gonna
Kill you. Gator's gonna kill you. Gator's gonna kill you. Gator's gonna kill you.
Gator's gonna kill you.
That's it, we just stopped right there. Gator's gonna kill you.
Enjoy the show. That's it. He's out of here.
Yeah.